Welcome to Ramta Solutions and welcome to your lesson on grade 12 equations and inequalities. To be precise, in this video, we are looking at past papers. The past paper that we are looking at today is your grade 12 November 2023 paper. Okay, let's get into it. So this is what they wrote last year. So question 1 says solve for x. The first one is Roman figure 1, which is solve for x when given x squared plus x minus 12 equals 0. So this is something that you can easily factorize, and S is the standard for grade 12 question papers. 1.1.1 is one that you can factorize easily. Factors of 12, I will say open bracket x minus, leave a space, close, open, x minus, leave a space, close, equals 0. We're looking for factors of 12. They are 6, 2, 112, 34. I'm going for 34. Okay, I'm going to go for 34. As you can see, this 12 is negative, so this means the bigger factor must take the sign of the middle term, which is positive. Between 3 and 4, the biggest is 4, so this 4 must be positive, right? Therefore, our answer is simply x equals 3 or x equals negative 4. 3 marks in the bag, right? 3 marks in Roman figure 2. They will always tell you correct to whatever decimal places. This means you cannot solve this question in a way that we did for Roman figure 1. Okay, so this is 3x squared minus 2x equals 6. As is the case, this kind of a question, always write it in the standard form ax squared plus bx plus c is equal to 0. Okay, by so saying I mean you do 3x squared minus 2x minus 6 equals 0. And you cannot solve this in a normal way like in the first question. So we will simply remind ourselves what the quadratic formula is. It is x equals minus b plus minus b squared minus 4ac all under a square root, right? Or under b squared, square root of b squared minus 4ac. And these are all over 2a. So now we have to substitute. What is the value of b? Remember, I'm saying the value of b. The value of b is negative 2. So it's negative 2 plus minus. Again, the value of b is negative 2 square 4. What is the value of a? The value of a is 3. What is the value of c? The value of c is negative 6. All over 2 into 3. Okay. All over 2 to 3. Now as we proceed, we see we have x equals plus 2 because negative times negative is positive. So x equals 2 plus minus whatever that's under the square root. If you recall, whatever that is under the square root, 4 plus minus 4 into 3 into minus 6. Let me see, this is 12. 12 times 6 is, what is 12 times 6? It's 70, it's 72 plus 4. So this is 76. So everything under the square root, you have a calculator, you will do that. Everything under the square root is 76. So it's plus minus the square root of 76 all over the denominator. I remember it was 2 times that, which is 6. Now, get your answer. You're not going to waste your time. Go directly to your answers as they are. So you will dial 2 plus square root of 76 over 6. The answer that you are getting is 1.78, or if you started with plus, you then change to minus, answer will then be 1.12. Let me confirm. So 2 plus Square root of 76 over 6. 1,78. Negative 1,12. Right? Negative 1,12. Okay. And these are your answers. So far, you have 7 marks in this question. Imagine, question 1, already you have 7 marks. Now let's proceed to Roman figure 3. This is basically your 1.1.3. So they say you have the square root of 2x plus 1 is equal to x minus 1. What you know that 2x plus 1 is basically power. Because you're in grade 12, you know square root is power half. So you'll have to multiply by power of the inverse of that half, which is you have to multiply by 2 throughout. All right? So you multiply by power 2 through. Right? So this will become 2x plus 1. And you are left with, on the right hand side, you have x squared minus 2x minus, it's plus 1. Right? It's plus 1. Okay. So proceeding, this gives us 0 equals x squared minus 4x. Isn't it? So 0 equals, I see a common factor, which is x. We are left with x minus 4. All right? We are left with x minus 4. Therefore, this means x equals 0 or x equals 4. But hold on. So x equals 0 or x equals 4. But hold on. Not all of them can give you this, because as you can see, the highest power in this equation is 1. That means, though you were able to get 2 values, not all of them are valid. Right? So let's see. Already, as you can see, when x is equal to 0, the left-hand side will be 2 times 0 plus 1, which is 1. The square root of 1 is 1. But here, it's 0 minus 1, meaning it's going to be minus 1. 1 is not equal to minus 1. So this is not correct. This is correct. Right? Let's check. X equals 4. 2 times 4 is 8. 8 plus 1 is 9. What is the square root of 9? It's 3. So your left-hand side is 3. Let's go to the right-hand side. 4 minus 1 is 3. As you can see, left-hand side is equal to right-hand side. So only this one is correct. Roman figure 4. Let's see. You now have 11 marks. Oh boy. Roman figure 4. X squared minus 3 is greater than 2x. You must write this in standard form. Ax squared plus bx plus c blah blah 0. So ax squared minus 2x. So x squared minus 2x minus 3 is greater than 0. So we can factorize this. Now when we factorize this, we have x minus 3 and then x minus 1. Ever, the bigger factor must have the sign of b. So the bigger factor is 3. This one must be positive. It's greater than 0. Okay. We are not solving for x. We acknowledge that these are what we call critical values, which are telling us that, x equals 3 and x equals negative 1. We are not solving for x, okay? These are just critical values. So even if you say critical values are 3 and 1. So now, as you can see, we said x is 3 and x equals minus 1. This is a smiling parabola, right? This is a smiling parabola. Here is it. The lowest value was minus 1 and the highest was 3, meaning your x-intercept. One was negative 1 and the other was 3. All right? So they say this is greater than 0. Remember, greater than 0 means you are above this line, meaning above the x-axis. So which values are above the x-axis? They are values that are less than 1. So when x is less than negative 1. Again, which values are positive? When x is greater than the 3. All right, or x is greater than 3. And this is you getting all your marks. So look at this. You now have 17 marks, right? You now have 17 marks. Okay, 17 out of 150 so far. Imagine. Right, now let's get to question 2. So this is normally your 1.1 and this is your 1.2 in your exam. So your question 2, it was your 1.2 last year. So this is, let's see, we have 2 equations as you can see. X plus 2 equals 2y. Okay, not nice. Let me call it equation 1. It's okay. And then we also have 1 over x plus 1 over y equals 1. I'm going to call it equation 2. Okay. So one that is easy to manipulate. One that is easy to manipulate is equation 1. So I'm going to say x equals 2y minus 2. This is equation 3. I like writing from y. Right, so I'm going to substitute, for those that are struggling with this, substituting equation 3 into equation 2. Remember, you substitute equation 3 into the equation that you didn't use. So in equation 2, wherever you see x, you see this. So that means 1 over 2y minus 2 plus 1 over y equal to 1. Oh, we have fractions. What we need to do, we will need to cross multiply by 2y minus 2 and 1 as well. So we'll have y plus 2y minus 2 equals y times 2y minus 2. This is cross multiplying. So what I mean is, if you multiply throughout by y, you will realize that you will have, for example, y over 2y minus 2 plus 1 is equal to y. Then you multiply by 2y minus 2 throughout. You will have y plus 2y minus 2 equals y times 2y minus 2. Okay. Proceeding, you have y plus 2y minus 2 equals 2y squared minus 2y. Right? Now, let's move on. So, as we move on, what do we have now? So now we say, okay, interesting. I'm going to connect like terms. So I'm going to have 0 equals 2y squared. Let me go to the previous page. This is minus 2y plus y. So this will be minus 5y, isn't it? It will be minus 5y. And then what else did we have? We have negative 2. When it goes to the other side, it will be positive 2. So plus 2. Okay. Now, is it easy to factorize this? Yes, it is. So it will be 2y minus, leave a space, close, open, y minus, leave a space, close. Factors of 2 are 2 and 1. So I do see that I need to put a 2 here and a 1 here. As you can see, the constant is positive. So this means both factors take the sign of the middle term, which is negative. Right? So now we have y equals half or y equals 2. Now, to those that somehow struggle with this, I will say, I'm going to write this instruction, but it's very important. Substituting values on equation 3, right? So when you substitute these values on equation 3, get, if you recall, you got x equals 2y, you got x equals 2y, right? Minus 2, you remember? So what is this? This is minus 1, isn't it? Again, x equals 2y minus 2. Your y value here is 2, so this will become negative 2. You can leave this thing here, or you can conclude and say, therefore, you have, when x is negative 1, y is half, and when x is negative 2, y is 2. Or if you don't like this kind of conclusion, you can say, therefore, when x equals -1, comma, y equals half. And when, let me go to the next page, and when x equals 2, -2, y equals 2. Is that so? I'm not sure. Let me confirm. I'm really not sure. Maybe I made a mistake. Okay, it's 2. Oh no, my mistake. This is not supposed to be a negative. This is not supposed to be a negative. It's a positive, right? Yes, it's a positive. I don't know. It's not going to be made to now put a negative. Okay. Let me fix it. It's a positive. So positive, positive. Right? Positive, positive. So yes, when x equals 2, again, even here, it's a mess. Again, when x equals 2, y equals 2. So it's up to you as to how you leave your answers. What we have done now, it's not that necessary, but this is something that will help you when you are dealing with, or when you are on your functions question. This will really help you to know the points that you're dealing with when you have points of intersections. Okay, so you can leave it here, or you can leave it like this or like this. Whichever you prefer is okay. All right. Number 3. These are my favorite questions, to be honest. Whenever I look at your grade 12 question papers, 1.3s are my favorite. So let's see. We have 2 to the m, or 2 to the power m plus 1 plus 2 to the power m is equal to 3 to the power n plus 2 minus 3. Let's see. We have 2 to the m times 2 to the 1 plus 2 to the m is equal to 3 to the n times 3 to the 2 minus 3. Now, on the left-hand side, I see a common factor, 2 to the m. We are left with 2 to the 1 plus 1. On the right-hand side, what do I see on the right-hand side? I see, oh, my mistake, I forgot the n here. I forgot the n. On the right-hand side, we have a common factor, 3 to the power n. What are we left with? We are left with 3 to the 2 minus 1. So, let's see. This is 2 to the m, and 2 plus 1. Let me just leave it as 2 plus 1. And this is 3 to the n, 9 minus 1. So this is 2 to the m multiplied by 3. And this is 3 to the n multiplied by 8. All right? This is very interesting because you have an 8. It means you're not leaving it here. Because, as I see, you have bases of 2 and 3. Somehow, 8 has a base of 2. Let's proceed. 2 to the m times 3 is equal to 3 to the n. And I know 8 is 2 to the 3. Okay, so this question was saying to you, determine the values of m plus n. What I see here, I do see, look at it. We have 2 to the m, and then we have 2 to the 3. When you talk of equations are basically to say, look, try to ensure that the left-hand side is equal to the right-hand side. Okay, you have 2 times 3, whatever, and you have 3 times 2, whatever bases they have, but the bases are 2 and 3 on both sides. So, for base 2, m looks like it is equal to 3. Okay. M is equal to 3. Now let's look at base 3. Oh boy, come on, buddy. Let's look at base 3. For base 3, it looks like n is equal to, the power here is 1. It looks like n is equal to 1. And then n is equal to 1. The question said you must determine the value of m plus n. What is m? M is 3. What is n? n is 1. Therefore, our answer is 4. The value of m plus n is 4. And this is it, guys. This is how you solve these problems. Okay, so with that being said, I was end here, and bye-bye.